welcome back. Today we're doing minor chords. We're going to start with three of the most basic minor chords. They're all open chords, so they're going to be fairly easy to play. No bars here, no bar chords at all. These will partner up with the five major chords that you've already learned in a way that will allow you to play a lot of music, because there's a lot of music that's based on just these basic simple open chords. So we're going to go ahead and knock these out so you'll have a little more material to work with, and then you can jump right over to some play-along videos and some other things that will help you incorporate these chords into your play. So we'll start with the E minor. What we're going to do is take our second finger on the left hand and place it on the second fret on string number 5. So once we get that, we're going to add our third finger right underneath that on string 4. Same fret though, so the common mistake here is for people to put their second finger on the second fret and then the third finger goes to the third fret. And we need to be able to push that finger up underneath the second finger, because basically they're both second fret notes that we're holding. So you have second finger, third finger, both on the second fret, second finger on string 5, third finger on string 4. And if you know the E major chord already, you'll know if you were to put your first finger down on string 3, you would have an E major like this. So if you already know that, it's the same chord, we just lift our first finger and it becomes E minor. So another common mistake is that people like to go to the E minor right up front with fingers 1 and 2. And that's not wrong by any means. It sounds exactly the way it should. But then if you have to change to an E chord, the problem is you have to change your fingers and then add your first. So what I like to do is go ahead and start the E minor with fingers 2 and 3 and play it that way, unless some special situation calls for a different set of fingers to do that. So let's go over that again. Basically, the low 6th string is open. The 5th string is going to be second finger, second fret. The 4th string is going to be third finger but still second fret. And then strings 3, 2, and 1 are open. So this is a 6-string chord, meaning we play all 6 strings when we play it. We're holding only strings 5 and 4. Both of those are on fret 2, and that's an E minor chord. There you go. Now, we're going to go ahead and move to A minor, because it's really similar to the E minor. In fact, it's the same shape as the old E major chord, but let's just walk through this. I'll show you how to move there, and then after a while you'll have these chords memorized and you can tackle them individually. But for now, take the shape you're holding for E minor and move towards the floor 1 string with each finger. So we're going to move our third finger to the 3rd string, we're going to move our second finger to the 4th string, and then we end up with open on these lower 2 strings, open on the higher 2 strings, and holding second fret on the middle. And we're not done with the chord yet though, so what we have to do is add our first finger to the 2nd string, fret 1, right where it falls. What that's going to do for us is give us a 5-string A minor chord that feels like the old E major chord. And you'll watch my hand, when we learned the E major, we were just a string this way. So we're going to move that way to make the A minor from the old E major chord. So it'll feel the same, and that can be slightly confusing, but try to just associate the fact that A minor is on a different set of strings. It's also a 5-string chord, so we're only going to play strings 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No 6th string at all in this chord. So let's go back over exactly what we're holding. So nothing on the 6th string, we're not even going to play that. The 5th string will be an open string. The 4th string is going to be second finger, second fret. The 3rd string will be third finger, still on the 2nd fret. It's tucked underneath the second finger there. And then the 2nd string will be first finger, first fret. And then the 1st string, the littlest string, is going to be open again. So yeah. So when you play all 5 strings, remember, no 6th string, but when you play all 5 strings, you end up with that chord. Now at this point, feel free to jump back to an E minor chord. So you'll move your A minor chord, you'll lift your first finger, and you'll move the 2nd and 3rd fingers towards the ceiling, which is down, because we're talking up and down refers to pitch. So we'll move them that way, down, one string, and the frets we're holding are 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0. Now let's move up, which is this way. Remember, I've told you before, this will be confusing. We're going to move up towards the floor, that's up in pitch, one string, and that puts our second and third fingers on strings 4 and 3, and we're going to add our first finger to string 2, and we're back to A minor, but start the picking on string 5, not 6. Just like that. Now, for the last of the basic minor chords, we're going to move to D minor, and what we're going to do is take this A minor shape and just experiment with this, see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll go over the chord just from scratch in just a second. But take the A minor shape and move towards the floor. Again, that's up, because up in pitch. Move it towards the floor, one string, and then take your third finger and move it to the 3rd fret on the same string that it's on. And we'll do that again. I'll go back to A minor. So you move towards the floor, one string, leave everything except the 3rd finger, and just move the 3rd finger 1 fret higher. And that will become a D minor chord. Now let's go over what we're actually holding in case that move didn't help. We start, in this case, on the 4th string. This is a 4-string chord, no string 6, no string 5. So we've got open string 4, and then this is where it gets kind of easy. String 3 is 2nd finger, and that's also 2nd fret. And then string 2 is 3rd finger, and it's also 3rd fret. So the finger and fret matches. And then the 1st string is 1st finger on the 1st fret. So in this chord, you can match up 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 1st finger, 1st fret, and it will sort of line up. There is an alternative way to hold this chord, but we're going to stick with this one for right now, just until we get used to it. So let's go over that again. I'll give you string 4 open, and then we have string 3, the next one, 2nd finger, 2nd fret, should sound like that. Then we have string 2, but it's 3rd finger, 3rd fret. And then we have string 1, 1st finger, 1st fret. And that chord sounds like this, only 4 strings. Now, let's see if we can go back to an A minor chord. So just for memory purposes, let's push the 3rd finger back a fret to the 2nd fret, and now let's move all 3 fingers that direction, which is down in pitch, 1 string. And at that point, with 5 strings, we have an A minor chord. Now, let's go from A minor to E minor. And what we do is we lift our 1st finger, just get rid of that, it doesn't do anything. Then we take fingers 2 and 3 and we go downward in pitch, which is up towards the ceiling, 1 string, and play all 6 strings, and we have E minor. Now stop there and let's memorize these chords. I'll go over each one more time, and then we're going to do a little play along together and see if we can't work them out. So E minor, once again, 6-string chord, and the frets and fingers are open 6th string, 2nd finger 2nd fret on the 5th string, 3rd finger 2nd fret on the 4th string, and then strings 3, 2, 1 are all open. And that's E minor. Now A minor, we shift upwards in pitch, which is towards the floor here, and we add our 1st finger to string 2, and now we have a 5-string chord that starts on 5th string open, and then 2nd finger 2nd fret on the 4th string, 3rd finger 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and then we have 2nd string 1st finger 1st fret, and then the 1st string is open. Now we take everything we're holding up in pitch, which is again down towards the floor, one more time, and then we bring our 3rd finger from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret. We just move it up 1 fret. Now this is a 4-string chord, so it's 4th string open, 2nd finger 2nd fret on the next string, string number 3, 3rd finger 3rd fret on string 2, and 1st finger 1st fret on string 1. Now when you have all those, I want you to come back to this video and try what we're going to do next, which is the play along. So we're going to go through each chord, and we're going to play each chord 8 times, and then at the end of that we're going to start over and do each chord 4 times, and then we'll do that in a circle a couple of times just so you can get used to changing. So let's start with each chord 8 times. Go ahead and get your E minor set up, and we'll go kind of slow, so try and stay with me here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor. 1, 2, just strum down on everything. That's 4. 4 more. 1, 2, 3. Now switch to A minor as soon as you can. 1, 2. Remember, only 5 strings here. 4 and 4 more. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Now D minor. 2, 3. Only 4 strings on this chord. Now 4 more. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. So when you feel like you can make those changes fairly quickly, go ahead and move to this next section. So let's go not faster, but we're going to change a little quicker. So we're going to do about the same tempo, but we're going to do each chord 4 times, and we're going to do this whole circuit twice. So let's start with E minor again, and let's give it a shot. So here's E minor. Ready? 2, 3, 4, and E minor 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now A minor. 1, 2, 3, and 4. D minor. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Back to E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor. 1, 2, 3, and 4. D minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Now, you'll eventually get used to changing these chords, and you'll rarely play those 3 chords in that order. But we're doing this just so you can learn to get your fingers moving. In another video, I'll combine the major chords and the minor chords, and then I've got some play-alongs for you to kind of jump in and either work on these chords and different combinations of these chords, or you can work on your improvisation and that kind of thing over those. But the play-alongs, whenever something's called a play-along, don't forget that it's not just for playing what I'm playing. It's also for doing other things. It's also for improvisation, learning melodies for tunes and that kind of thing. But go check out some of those play-alongs and find things that use just the basic major and minor chords. That information will all be in the descriptions below each video. And try to figure out some of those that you know all the chords to, and try to get better at changing in time. And as these chords start to come together, everything will just kind of fall into place. So hope that helps. Email with any questions, and I'll see you all soon in another video. Thanks.